There are moments in life when you feel unseen, unheard, and disconnected from the people around you. You send messages that never get a reply, pour your heart out only to be met with silence, and wonder if you're saying the wrong things. But what if I told you that the real issue isn't about what you're saying, it's about what you're revealing? There's a reason some people captivate attention effortlessly, while others struggle to get a response. The difference lies in self-awareness. When you truly understand yourself, you communicate in a way that commands attention, fosters connection, and makes people want to respond. This isn't about tricks or manipulation. It's about something deeper, something that changes the way you interact with the world forever. The secret to being heard, valued, and understood lies in self-discovery. And the key to unlocking that self-awareness? Asking the right questions. There are 3 eye-opening questions that can reveal parts of you that you've ignored, hidden, or never even noticed. These questions don't just expose your hidden self, they change the way you see the world. They give you the power to connect with others in a way that is genuine, magnetic, and impossible to ignore. Most people go through life on autopilot, saying what they think they should say, acting how they think they should act. But when you ask these questions, when you truly reflect on the answers, you break free from that pattern. You start communicating from a place of authenticity. And when you do that, people can't help but respond. Think about the last time you were left on read. The frustration, the overthinking, the self-doubt, it all hits like a wave. You wonder if you said too much, if you weren't interesting enough, if you somehow pushed them away. But what if the real reason had nothing to do with them and everything to do with you? The way you see yourself shapes the way others see you. If you struggle to hold your own attention, why would someone else be captivated by you? If you aren't fully aware of what makes you valuable, how can you expect others to recognize it? That's why self-discovery is the foundation of every meaningful connection. When you are clear on who you are, what you bring to the table, and what you truly desire, your energy shifts. You no longer seek validation in unanswered messages. You stop chasing people who don't see your worth. You become the kind of person who naturally attracts attention, not because you're trying, but because you are radiating something rare. Certainty. Keep the certainty of someone who knows themselves. The second question is one that most people are afraid to ask themselves, because the answer reveals a hidden truth they may not be ready to face. Why do I keep attracting the same situations? If you've ever felt like history keeps repeating itself, like you always fall for unavailable people, like your friendships always end in betrayal, like your career always seems to hit a ceiling, this question will shake you. Patterns don't happen by accident. If you find yourself in the same painful situations over and over, there is a lesson you haven't yet learned. The universe, life, or whatever force you believe in is mirroring back to you the parts of yourself that need healing. If you constantly feel ignored or abandoned, ask yourself, where am I abandoning myself? If you feel like no one listens to you, ask yourself, where am I not speaking my truth? If people keep treating you like you're not enough, ask yourself, where am I treating myself like I'm not enough? This is a hard truth, but a liberating one. The common denominator in all of your experiences is you. That doesn't mean you are to blame for what has happened to you. It means you have the power to change it. When you break the pattern within yourself, the world responds differently to you. You stop attracting people who ghost you. You stop settling for one-sided relationships. You start showing up as the version of you that is too self-assured, too aware, too healed to tolerate anything less than what you deserve. And that brings us to the third and final question. This one is the most powerful because it determines the entire trajectory of your life. Who would I be if I stopped living in fear? Sit with that. Who would you be if fear wasn't in control? If you weren't afraid of rejection, would you go after what you want? If you weren't afraid of failure, would you take the risks that could change your life? If you weren't afraid of being alone, would you finally walk away from the things that are breaking you? Fear is what keeps people stuck in unfulfilling relationships, in careers that drain them, in lives that feel small. But fear is just a story. It is a voice in your head telling you that you aren't good enough, that you can't have what you want, that you have to accept less than you deserve. And the moment you stop listening to that voice, your world changes. Imagine if you lived from a place of confidence instead of fear. Imagine if you sent messages without overthinking, spoke your truth without hesitation, and showed up in your life as the version of you that is bold, certain, and unapologetic. That version of you exists. She is already inside you, waiting to be unleashed. And when you embrace her, everything shifts. The way people respond to you shifts. Suddenly you are no longer left on red because your presence, your energy, your words demand attention, not in a desperate way, but in a way that is undeniable. This is the secret that no one tells you. People don't ignore you because you're not interesting enough. They ignore you because they can sense when you don't fully see your own value. But when you know yourself, when you have asked these questions and faced the answers, you step into a different kind of power. The kind of power that makes people stop, listen, and respond. So now you have a choice. You can keep living the way you have been, or you can ask yourself these 3 questions and allow them to transform you. You can stay trapped in the same cycles, or you can break free. You can keep waiting for someone else to validate you, or you can become so self-aware, so self-assured that their response no longer determines your worth.